nowhere near. God bless his soul, free his brother, man. This hair back then, I want to say this like 2005 when he had the DUB floaters on the Cadillac. He ain't got plenty of that Sooty to broke him.
Damn! You seen that? Boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy, that bitch that movie, yeah. 7-1 all the way to 7-6. Impalas and Caprices and them bitches lit. Squatted on them sixes, how them bitches sit. Candy coated paint, I had to drop a lick. 7-1 all the way to 7-6. Impalas and Caprices and them bitches lit. Squatted on them sixes, how them bitches sit.
What's good, fam? Another day, another video. What's going on, fam? What's going on, man? You are tuned in to another episode of the Donk Planet podcast, episode 3. Today we got the homie Pouchon. Pouchon, what's good, man?
What's up, Donk Planet?
What's going on, man? Glad you could make it to the show, man. I had to bring you onto the show. Like I told the people last time, well, before I tell them this again, let me ask you, do you have a donk?
Nah, but I'm a fan.
You're a fan. Exactly. So that's why I wanted to tell the people, just like last time, like the last video we did, we wanted to let the people know that you do not have to have a donk to be on the Donk Planet podcast. You understand what I'm saying? You could be somebody that's just real, or somebody that can inspire people within the donk game. And Pouchon falls under that umbrella, man. So today we got Pouchon, and the reason we brought him on the show, because Pouchon is a fan of the culture, and Pouchon is also an author. Ain't that right?
Correct.
Yeah, my man Pouchon here, man. So Pouchon, man, let's talk, man. Tell the people, give people a little bit about your background, man. Where you from?
My name Whitney Joseph, but everybody call me Pouchon. I grew up on 76 North Miami Avenue, around South Boys area. And, you know, before I grew up there, I was staying in 52nd Street. That's where I was born at. That was around the Zopon area. Then, you know, my dad and my mom depart. My mom ended up moving on Biscayne side. My daddy stayed on 76 side.
Okay.
They was divorced. After I left Little Haiti, I moved to 111 on Biscayne and met up with some other people up there also too. Left 111, went to 128, North Miami. While I was moving to these certain places, my mom was on Biscayne on 85th. Then she went on 140 something on 6th Ave. Then she winding up coming to Victory Park.
Okay.
That's where we at now.
Okay.
So while my dad was on 111, 128, my mom left, came to Victory Park. Then my daddy ended up winding up moving after the situation with my brother case. My mom left Victory Park and moved to Miramar. But all the neighborhoods I reside was 76, Little Haiti, 111, off of Biscayne, 128, off of 12 Ave, and my last stop was 167. I grew up in all them neighborhoods, but I represent Victory Park.
What's the reason you have to represent the Victory Park out of all the neighborhoods you grew up?
I think that's where I really got my pivot point. Like, even though I don't want to talk the bad part, but in the end of the day, I did more negative than positive.
Okay.
There was a lot of positive things I did, but when you look at it from a perspective, from the perception, everybody gonna look at the negative part. So, you know, me being in the streets, stopped going to school, y'all bouncing back and forth, but mainly I really did all my stuff in dirt in Victory Park.
Okay.
I got it on me, Victory Park.
Victory Park. That's what's up, that's what's up. And like I was telling the people, you're an author, and one of the reasons that drew our attention towards you was because one of your books. And it turns out that you have written many books, but this is your 3rd book. Can you show us the book real quick? So
okay, now to let everybody know, see, there's a difference between an author and a ghostwriter.
Okay.
So I'm just author. I have a ghostwriter behind the scene.
Okay. See,
it's the same thing like when you look at the music thing.
Okay.
You have a lot of artists be writing music for people. That's ghostwriting. Ball Greaser write music for people. Neo write music for people. Rick Ross write music for people. You can write music for people. I'm just the author. My brother's the ghostwriter. I do have an actually book I gave to my brother, but for some reason he ain't liked it, and he just demolished it and left it alone. and say, I'm gonna stick with his strip.
Okay.
Now, the first book came out, it's called A Diss. It's a fiction book.
Okay.
It's basically almost like the movie Power. From an age of group from the age of 8 all the way until you 89, 90, 100 could read a book, and you can't find one profane language in the book. When the person said, oh, why the name of the book is The Diss, everybody was going after everybody just for this one piece of information. It was the diss. Back in the time when you went to school, you had to take a disk and put it in the computer drive. So everything, all the information was in the disk. Right now, if you go on Amazon, the disk is on sale. It's on sale for about, if you want to buy a paperback, like, I want to say like $5 and some change. So if you are very interested to get that book, you can get it. My brother wrote that book, I'm just the author. The second book is called Vivid Pleasure. It's an urban poetry sexual addiction book. Me and my brother played a part of that book. I put my input in it, he put his input in it. It's something that we was writing each other in prison, writing females. I had all these papers with me. I just turned it into a book. Now, the third book is The Street of Victory. It's the neighborhood we in now.
Okay.
This book been written since, I want to say 2003. It been laying around. This girl had the book, and nobody did nothing with it. So I took the time, I took the effort, I grabbed it, I typed it, I fixed certain things, changed some characters, paid for it to get published, and here's the book out. Now this is part 1. It's a serious. There's another part 2 coming out. So at the end of the day, my brother is the ghostwriter, I'm just the author.
Okay.
Anybody could be an author.
Okay.
Like right now, I have a lot of people behind the walls right now. They want their books to get published. But you know, they can't have no source of kind of money coming in while they're in prison, because they don't like that. So they looking for an author. I can't be your author. Find somebody that you really trust to become the author. You could be an author. I could write me a book right now and be like, you know what? I want your face to be on it, because you're well known.
Okay.
Like right now, I could write me a book and give it a head, or give it a Lucky, give it a novel, give it a Mac, give it a dollar bill, give it any one of these guys that's in the Chevy culture and talk about Bronx, and they could be the author, and we both could win. You getting the money, I'm getting the money. It's a win-win situation.
Exactly. Let me see that book one time. Y'all see it, fam, The Street of Victory. This was the book that we noticed of Pouchon. As you can see, this book got a couple cars on here.
It got
2 Donks, 3 box Chevys.
You got a 1973 convertible. That was my childhood friend.
This one.
Yep.
Okay.
On 24 Argo Dayton's. You had a 71. My cousin from out of my neighborhood, Victory Park, KP. That is 71. He got painted at Ricardo. The 73, he got painted at Perfect. You got the box Chevy Tangerine. My family member, you know, Tommy. He got painted at Perfect. 23s. He had 20s all gold Dayton's back then. Then he went to 23s. You got Calvin Burple. He got painted at Ricardo Lakeside on 23s. So you know, I just put these pictures in front of the book because mainly that's what they was talking about. But what made me put the green vert? I got a picture right here with one of my persons. So, you know, I keep a lot of pictures. I got more, but I ain't bring that much. I want to say where my dog Potty Fair at, because he mainly on the book. Don't want to say his name on the character, but people gonna really know who he is. I was trying to put this picture in front of the book, but it was too dark. I couldn't find no light picture. That's the mainly picture I wanted to put in the book, because when you read the first page of the book, that's the vert they was talking about.
That's the vert they was talking about right here?
Yeah. There's a lot of cars we talked about in the book.
Wow.
But that's the first book, that's the first picture right there.
As you can tell, this picture here is pretty old. So how long, what year was this?
Man, that was 2000. That vert was 2002, 22 All Gold Dayton.
22 All Gold Dayton.
Yeah,
back in 2002.
Yeah, that when 22 All Gold Daytons came out.
Wow. Wow.
You gotta think about it. Before Daytons came out, 22s, you had 22 All Gold players. See, Hook had that.
Okay.
So I got pictures of Hook Donk too. The 73. That's one of my favorite Donk in Miami. That is my personal opinion. It just he had the color combination. He went from Sundance. He had 22s plates. Then they brought the 22 all players. He put that. Then when they put the all 22 all gold, fuck yous, he went to go drop that. Once he did that, all he was just doing changing the paint. Next thing you know, he went back to Sooty and went to go put the purple. He Minnesota Vikings. Then a few months later down the line, he went Green Bay. So that was my favorite. Okay. There was a lot of cars that I loved back then, but now the Chevy game ain't the same. That's my personal opinion. It's a fact, but it's not the same.
When you say that, what you mean it's not the same? What do you mean by that?
It's you gotta look at the universe. Okay. You know, technology done changed. Like now, more force is the internet. The internet is taking over what's really going on with the culture. It's like more force you really seeing cars more on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, versus you seeing cars on the street. Back in the days, you liable to wake up and you see 20, 30, 40 Chevys from Monday through Sundays. So that's why I say it changed. And you gotta look at whatever you do, it's always gonna have their pros and cons. The good and the bad.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of bad stuff that I see in the Chevy game. You know, because a person went off the frame, you feel like this car should be going off the frame. That person maybe don't got the money that you got. So, you know, you drop your car for you. You don't drop your car for nobody else.
Facts.
It's the same thing like when you go to the mall and you go put something to wear. If I see you came outside, you wearing this, I'm like, damn, Donk Planet, why you ain't get no Gucci slide on? Well, I'm telling you what to wear.
Exactly.
That's what you chose, you felt comfortable wearing.
Exactly.
Same thing with the car thing. You off the frame, you off the frame. You ain't. Jump in your car and drive.
Right.
Back in the day, people used to drive their cars with no rims, just the paint job, no interior done. Back in the days, it wasn't really no off the frame. People paint their car, get their interior done, go to Steel Willie, put Flowmaster. You want to play like your car running, driving fast, they put the positive traction. So when they tapping the gas, you see the back wheel, you think they running, but they really ain't running.
They really ain't running.
Off the frame been out here. We just didn't know. The first person I knew went off the frame was Lucky. And he's still off the frame. But necessarily, do you think you automatically have to go off the frame on the car? No, not really. Stay your means.
Exactly. See, one thing you just brought up just now, right? So people might say you don't have a don't, but I can tell you've been around the car world. And some people out there know, and some people out there might not know. You just said something just now. You said people went to Steel Willie.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there don't know what's a Steel Willie.
Nobody don't know what's Steel Willie at.
You tell people what the Steel Willie is.
Steel Willie.
What you went to Steel Willie for?
Steel Willie was when you put the pin under the car, you're doing all the, you know, I don't know all that stuff with the engine stuff, but I know when I've been there with my homeboys and them, I know Steel Willie going under your car, putting the pin, putting the shift lock thing for certain things so a person can't take your car. They still gonna take it, but they're gonna have problems. Back then you had Raycos, you had Sooty, you had Masters, you had Elegance, you had Roberts, you still got Rods, but you know, back in the days, you could have went to a lot of places. You could have buy these type of rims, but man, the game done changed. Like, what can I say? Like me, I ain't gonna sit here and say, I did own the Donk. My brother went to prison in 2002, got incarcerated for two first-degree murder and one attempted first-degree murder and a concealed firearm. They still didn't find a firearm, but at the end of the day, he left me his 72 Chevy. And you know, it was purple. It had all gold Dayton's, it had a bang, and you know, I'm a type of person, it was too much maintenance, I ain't want to have it. I was going through a little money situation, I sold the car.
So you sold it.
But I loved the car. I used to drive all my homeboy stuff. But you know, I'm a fan. Like, right now to this day on, I could tell you what year a person dropped their car, what color they did, what rims they had, who they got painted. And I could battle with people like, no, you wrong. I know where you got your car painted, what rims, because at the end of the day, a lot of people thinking 22 Daytons came out in the 90s. No, they didn't. 22 Daytons came out in 2002, late 01, 2002. That's when it came out. Because people were riding 20s, then you had 22 plates, then you had 22 all players. Then when 22 Daytons came out, people were riding it. Then you got dudes from Broward, they come out of nowhere with 23 23 rims. I done seen that. I know who the first brother slid through Miami with 24 all go days. It was a dude from Broward, came through the tree. A lot of people ain't gonna speak about it. Super Zoe was there, Stan was there, Lakeside was there, Little Haiti was there, North Miami was there, North Miami Beach was there, the city was there, Carol City was there. Whatever neighborhood was there at the tree, they seen that Burple 72, but it was a 72 with a 73, all gold Dayton's 24. And everybody took their rims off. But you know what? Somebody always gonna be better than the next man.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna never be on top. You gonna always be in the center. Cause guess what? Somebody gonna be behind you, and somebody gonna be in front of you.
In front of you. Yeah, that's true. And as far as like how popular, I mean, the Donk game always been popular to us down here, you know, but now it done went to another level as far as all over the United States and even in other countries as well. Do you regret selling that 72?
To be honest with you, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, but that wasn't my favorite year, but I regret. You know why I regret selling that?
Why?
Because if I ain't never sell it, it was a resemblance of my brother, because that's what he wanted to do. That's what he was grinding for, going to school and do what he gotta do. So that was a regret I sold it. Because if I didn't sold it, you know, I could have put the airbrush, put my brother facing my face and say, free my brother, but I didn't do it. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was dumb or I was stupid. I was just thinking right. I'm not gonna use no excuse, oh, I was on drugs and this and that. It just, I needed the money. I can't use that as an excuse, but at the end of the day, I sold it and that's something I shouldn't. I got my main man told me, and we were finna go half fixing the car. We went half fixing the engine and all. He told me, don't sell it, man. Keep the Donk. I ended up selling it. But who didn't sold they Donk? A lot of people sold they Donk. And you quoting about, saying about, nah, the Chevy game is popular. Chevy game always been popular. It just back then, it's like, a lot of people be like, oh yeah, Miami, no. Miami and Florida, we were made to take these cars and trick them out. If you look at New York and you look at these old town shows, people used to drive Donks as police cars.
Yeah.
71, 72, 73, 70. A 71 was mainly the first Chevy, and it was used for a police car. You see the breather in the back. That's why it's so antique, because the way how they made that Chevy. But the classic is a 73. Back then, in the early 2000s, in the early 90s, in the mid 90s, in the late 90s, if you had a 71, you had money. You ain't too much seen a lot of 71 drop. If you had a 71, you had some money.
Exactly.
It was easy to drop a 73, 72, 74. I don't take away from none of them, because a Chevy is a Chevy. I can't say a 71 is gonna top this. 73 was a classic. That's why I say 73 classic. 71 was a Caprice. But if you look at the Chevy game back then, a lot of people don't know hard crease and soft crease. They might be like, what's that terminology you talking about? A soft crease is if you had a 71 or 72 or 73, a hard door, a hard top, the back window is a soft crease. All the windows gonna go all the way down. A hard crease is not gonna all the way go down. And I'm not talking about electrical, I'm talking about roll up. When you roll the window down, it's going all the way down. Like my homie, Mr. 169 KP, he had a 71. The window went all the way down.
That's
it was soft crease.
You talking about the 4-door right here?
Yeah, the 4-door 71. Got painted by Ricardo.
Okay.
3 faded paint.
Wow. Wow. And as far as this Street of Victory book, Street of Victory, the title, what does that mean?
You know, I know my brother, you know, every neighborhood we grew up in, my brother never stayed chilling in Little Haiti. He never stayed chilling in 111. He never stayed chilling in North Miami. He always used to come to Victory Park. So I know the book was based on what we used to do back then, but it's a fiction book. But what is going on in that book is going on in every neighborhood back then and now. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna call the book The Street of Victory. Because everything you do is a victory behind it. Rather, it's something good and bad. It's just at the end of the day, whatever you do is a consequence behind everything we do. It's either you're gonna get rewarded or you're gonna get disciplined. point blank. So I just named it Street of Victory, and I'm like, you know what? I could have put Park, but I'm a type of person, it's like dressing yourself up and dressing the car up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick people's brain. I'm gonna call this the Street of Victory and put where it say NNB, though you know it say the Street of Victory Park, because it's the park. I didn't want to put Street of Victory Park. I just say it's the Street of Victory. Show the park, so you know the Street of Victory Park.
Exactly. That's what's up, man. And as far as, I mean, I know you can't tell people too much what's going on in the book because you want them to go out and get the book.
But you know, you could give a little detail because you got to look at it like this here. When the movie come out and you see the commercial, they give you a little brief because you got to catch their attention. See, one thing I know about you watching a movie and you reading a book, because I read a lot of books in prison, but I ain't really read a lot of fiction novel book. I read a lot of self-help book and psychology book. The first thing you do is when you grab a book, you want to read the back. Then you might want to read the analogy, the prologue about the author. Okay, it's catching my attention. You going through the chapter. Okay, Bomb, I see the content, all right. You read. If the first 2-3 pages could catch your attention, you got the person. Same thing with a movie. You might see the movie, it look good. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's kind of tricky. You done seen something in the movie, it look good on the commercial, then you go watch the movie was boring, you falling asleep.
Facts.
Same thing with a book. But with this book here, once you read it, it's gonna draw your attention. And a woman could read the book too. I want all the females to think this book is not only basically about street stuff, what's going on. The book is mainly about my brother. But you could grasp onto it because he's dealing with multiple females. You know, one thing about a woman's intuition is the best intuition. So you will see certain things when a woman showing my brother what to do, leave this, how he mistreated a woman. So it give you games and jewels in this book. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's only for the guys, it's also for the women too. Okay,
that's what's up. And as far as those other books you have in the bag right there.
See me, what made me bought these books, cause you know, a lot of people, there's a difference between support and advertise, you know? You know, sometimes it don't cost a penny to support no one when you posting whatever they got going on. Donk Planet, you got a book, you got a car show, you painting cars, you doing all this, etc. There's nothing wrong supporting people, posting it, but me, I look at it as advertising. You advertising this stuff. I ain't saying it's a bad thing. You advertise because at the end of the day, somebody who that's following you might not follow you. Be like, man, you know, damn, Donk Planet to do an interview. Oh, pouchon selling book, he's an author. Oh, Head, he got a YouTube. Oh, Lucky got a YouTube. Oh, Mac got a shirt. Oh, Nava doing car shows. Like, okay, boom, let me follow this person. So that's the good part with the support thing, but it's advertised. But support is, if I know you Donk Planet, you doing interviews, my support come in, doing an interview with you, whatever you want to talk about, I'm gonna support you on that. We're not making no money behind it, but I'm supporting you.
Exactly.
But here's an author, how he make his money by selling books. It's no expiration date on this.
No.
So I could get me 1 million copies. It doesn't matter, I sell one book today. It's not gonna get expired. This is not like no Chevy. You paint a car, you don't think it's gonna get bubbled up? You don't think you gotta get touched up? You don't think you might have to go to Cool, I don't know his name, Cool As Dread on Instagram? He do West End and Buff. I don't know if you gotta go to Sudamar or Bubba, or you gotta go to Joe to do your interior. But this right here, I don't gotta go through none of these problems. I can have 5,000 books. If I sell one book like this today, I'm not selling you this book, I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
Rather you turn around like, oh, man, how they go to $20? Nah, I'm giving you that book. You might post it, you maybe don't post it. Eventually, I realize the person that posted like, hey, go get this book. Support me, advertise it, but some people don't, some people don't. Some people do. Who knows, everybody ain't gonna be like me, everybody ain't gonna think like me.
Exactly.
But me, I support all these authors. Like this book, this is my childhood friend. We went to Little River, we went to Horseman, and we went to Edison. His name Dale, he from out of Largemont. This is his first book. Dale Simmons, this is his first book. You know, I got his book. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this before I became an author. Like, you know, I read a little bit of it, but in the end of the day, I still supported him.
Exactly.
This is the second book. You know, this 134 Coke sister. I brought her book on Amazon. I read a little bit of it because I got too much going on, but I still supported her. A man I met doing a little promo design for my book. You know, I got his book and I gave him my book. I supported him. One of my co-workers, we did time, and this is a very interesting book. Like, you could use this book on your whole daily life, just dealing with mission statement. If you want to talk about cars, females, whatever, you could read this book. And me and him, we worked together, but he was incarcerated since 1992 and got out 2014. He was in the feds.
Wow.
So, you know, this is his first book, you know. And, you know, I tied him into one of the publishers who published my book, two of my books, Ciroc. You know, if y'all want to follow her, Ciroc the publisher, she do logo, design, she create website. You can also hit her. I support him. He got my book. I supported him also. London, I bought both of her books. I supported her, and I also support her with the clothing thing, because I'm not into the designer thing, you know. It ain't nothing but a name. She got a boutique, and you know, I got a lot of female friends. I go to a shop, and she got a London, y'all can follow London Boutique. She got a shop off of 183rd on 16th Ave, check her store. She got a book, she working on her third book. I supported her. You know, this is my brother from another mother. You know, we got cased up, my co-defendant. This is also his first book. I'm in his book. You know, I supported him also too. So, you know, I support those who support you. You know, and sometimes you don't gotta support people who don't support you. As long as you got that heart, do it. Sometimes people look for a result, what you gonna get back, what's your blessing. Man, I done did a lot of support. My blessing, maybe I'm waking up every day. A lot of people blessing, oh, I want money. Maybe God don't want me with no money. God got a purpose for me. Who knows? I don't know. I'm still searching. Because one thing I learned, life is like a puzzle. When you do a puzzle, it's all the pieces scattered. You got to put all the puzzle pieces together to finish the puzzle. Till then, I'm still trying to put all these scattered pieces together. Until I find it, then I know what's really my purpose.
Exactly. That's real talk. That's real talk, man. That was up, man. You support a lot of people, dog.
Yeah, you know, I got a good heart, but I got my flaws too, you know? I got some real bad flaws. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I do a lot of things that a lot of people are gonna dislike, and I do a lot of things a lot of people gonna love and like. Like, I'm not perfect. We all got flaws.
Exactly, nobody's perfect.
Like, you don't think these cars got flaws too?
Of course.
Cars are just like humans. You cannot move without drinking water, do certain things, taking your vitamin, eating. Same thing with a car. Man, I look at the car game like this here, man. You can go off the frame or not off the frame. Man, if Donk Planet say he got a show going on in Murph Lane and you running and I ain't running, man, it's just like the rabbit and the bunny. Guess what? No, it's like the rabbit and the turtle. You gonna get there before me, but guess what? I'ma still get there. But I'ma bet you this here. You gonna get there before me. I might be the last person to get there, but when I get there, I bet you gonna look at my car. Why you looking at my car? Because you see something unique. I'm different. I'm different. And you know, I don't entertain what's be going on with the cheap rims and clear coat. You gotta have candy and all that. Like me, sometimes I wanna ask the culture, what is cheap rim? What is cheap ass rims? Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
What's the definition of cheap?
No, I want to know what is cheap ass rims, because me personally, 4G's cars, Lexani cars, like I don't know what's cheap rims, because this rim costs more. Like this rim costs $30,000 and this rim costs $17,000. Like, what's the difference? Your paint job $20,000. He paint his car for $10,000. Like, a paint is a paint, a rim is a rim.
We all spent money.
Like, he maybe had more, and he didn't have what you got. Like me, it's all good, said and done like the joke thing, but when you belittle the next man, then that's when the culture lose respect. Because you gotta always think, you came from that same place where he came from. There was a time you ain't went off the frame. There was a time you ain't had 4Gs. There was a time when you ain't had datings. There was a time you ain't had this. Now you got it, okay, salute you, congratulations, but guess what? That person trying to get there where you at too. Remember where you came from. See, back then, the Chevy culture, this is what I loved it. A person driving, they swerving on you, they jumping out their car, throwing water. This is things Super Zoe, all type of people used to do back then. John Doe, Zoe Pound, Booby Boys, 95th, Lakeside, Victory Park, North Miami, 125, all these neighborhoods, we all came together, went to the tree, Frontier, Martin Luther King, the parade, pulling up out of the schoolhouse, but ain't the same no more. No. Technology done took over, but guess what? Like they always say, the picture might change, but the frame always stay the same. So guess what? The picture changed, but the frame is still here. Y'all can open back the tree. It don't gotta be the tree. Y'all can do it on Murph Lane. That's what Murph was trying to do before he passed away.
Facts.
That's what he was trying to do.
He was.
Bring everybody together, you know, everybody vibe, but we can't do that. It's too much politics. You got this group over here think they better than this group. Ain't nobody better than the next man. Cause guess what? We all wake up and put our parents the same way like the next man do. And no difference with a woman too. When a woman put her panties on, her pants on, or the way how she put her dress on, it's the same thing. You put the same way how the next person doing every morning. We all got the same 24 hours. It's what you do with your 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Real talk.
That's just me. And you know, me personally, like with this culture thing, with the Chevy thing, you know, I'm a fan. A lot of people like, oh yeah, man, this man talking, he don't own no Chevy. I'm a fan. Y'all want to hear my comment, but my thing is, where the women's at? You need to start interviewing some women like, hey man, what's your comment on this car? Because a lot of females ain't gonna be looking at, oh, how much you spent on that. You got some females, they look at that, but they might see some cheap ass rims and say, hey, damn, them some nice rims.
Facts.
And listen, you might see some females pass by, you maybe got datings, no offense, I love them all gold, fuck yous. Them trophies, them classic. Dating is literally like a 1996 Impala and like a Ford Marauder. Them antique cars, classic. But at the end of the day, if you on dating and you see a woman pass by like, damn, and this a nigga you saying he got cheap rims, then them rims look nice. How you gonna feel when that woman say that?
You gonna feel hurt.
Your pride gonna go down, your ego gonna go down, but you ain't gonna show, but that's your inner self. Like at the end of the day, you came from where he came from. Let's give that person that props. He's trying to climb that ladder. Don't kick that person down that float. Help him climb.
Facts.
Because we all ain't fortunate of things that other people do. But I love the culture. Ain't nothing wrong with the, you know, they joking with the, you know, my dog, man, you know, I love him to death. That's my homie, 95th president. I don't know nothing. But I'm going to give him his flowers. Because at the end of the day, there's a difference. Like with you, like I spoke to you the other day. You interviewing cars, Nava doing car shows. Them two different brackets. He's doing car shows. You're doing interview. So them two different brackets. I give you your flowers too. But know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to come out your comfort zone. It's not only in Florida. You got to look at it. You got people from Alabama, Georgia, Nevada. There's other states looking at Florida. Because if you really look at it, we the loudest color. We colorful. You go to Texas, you'll see some colorful things. But Florida is just colorful. We in the Sunshine State.
Facts.
Everybody trying to be like Florida. I'm not going to say ain't nothing wrong with it. Because we got some people from Florida trying to be like other people from other states. But we ain't going to say that because we want the credit. But it's facts. But at the end of the day, you need to venture out. Step out them boundaries. And the same thing with me with the books. I need to leave out of Florida, leave out of Miami and Broward, and go somewhere else. I might get connected with somebody else, and all of a sudden, these books hitting Netflix, Hulu, or Tubi. Cause by me just doing this, I'm the #1 supporter. Ain't nobody gonna support yourself the way how you support yourself. Same way with you. Same way with Nava. Same way what the head got going on, Lucky got going on, whoever, etc. got going on. Clothes, whatever. And at the end of the day, we all here just trying to win. But the belittling part, that shit ain't cool. Cause you gotta think about it. Mental health issue is kind of crazy. You don't know what state of mind a person went through. They're trying to drop their car, what they did. They maybe did some real crazy stuff. They maybe done spent their lives, and you belittling them.
Belittling them, yeah.
You don't know what's in that man's mind, in their conscious, and really subconsciously. Now when he see you, you don't know how you gonna feel. This literally man just tried me in front of this woman or this dude. You gotta think about that. But people don't look at that. You always gotta think. Don't never underestimate a man or a woman. Cause the same thing you do, they could do. They bleed the same way. So me personally, I love the culture, but the belittling part, you gotta chill. Like, you know, the joking part, the face thing, the battle thing with the video thing, it's cool because you grasping in the little young culture, you grasping people laughing, you know, it make people day. But the belittling part, like, nah. I feel like me personally, what everybody got going on, man, they need to bring the old style back, man. We still in the new generation, but bring some of the old thing back. Some people like, what you mean? Y'all still wearing old shoes? When Jordan come out, y'all buy them. When these old classic shoes come, y'all buy them. So why y'all don't bring the old classic style back in the culture? Even though I know there's a lot of stuff going on down here in these streets, but come on. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You got Merv Lane, I already done spoke to Nunu. She down with it. You know what I'm saying? You could go, man, the police could be there. Man, Nunu thing, man, the police ain't shut nothing down. The police was there. You know ain't nothing gonna go down. So we ain't gonna have no knucklehead. We just vibing.
Just vibing, that's all.
Once you bring everybody together in the unity, take all that difference away, whatever y'all got going on, it's just the respect, the culture will be good. But till then, everybody doing them, everybody doing, I ain't knocking what you're doing. There's a lot of politics going on, but man, listen, call this, all y'all come together, man. What you drop the bomb for? You just dropped it and just let it park? Drive your shit. Drive it. Me personally, I wish I had the money to drop one. My little brother got one. He got a 71, clear coat base, 4Gs, 20 cents, 26-inch lips. Know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and say what's his is mine is his, because we just got the same mom, we don't got the same daddy. My brother that was incarcerated, that 72 he gave me, what was his and what was mine, we were both equal because we got the same mom and dad. And I know when he needed me, I got him. When he needed me, I got him. But right now, to be honest with you, like, a lot of people might be looking at it, pouchon free, my brother. Don't let the perception fool you, because in reality, me and them got our differences. Like right now, me and them, we ain't really talking. We ain't talking right now. I ain't spoken to my brother in 3 months. Some people always talk about the good, don't talk about the bad. A lot of people, you got people who ain't even speak to their kids or their parents like me. Me and my kids, you know, I'm not gonna too much talk about it because I don't want my kids to look at their parents, their mama, bitter at certain things. But me and my kids, we got differences. I got a grown-ass woman. She's 18. I got a little son. He about 16. We got our differences. But with me and my brother, we got our differences. We ain't speaking. Last time I heard from him, he told me happy birthday. I text him back. He ain't say nothing. We got our differences. But you think I'm going to still leave you hanging? No. We still got our differences. We maybe ain't speaking. How long we could stop speaking? You got people who ain't speak to their brother for I don't know how long. And they living on this earth. They see their brother, but we ain't speak, but I still love you.
Real talk. Real talk, bro. That's what's up, though, man. We appreciate you coming to the show, bro, and sharing your views on the culture and sharing your book with us, dog. Like, before we go, for the people out there that want to purchase The Street of Victory, where can they purchase the book?
Well, all 3 of my books, with the disc, the first book, you can purchase the disc at Amazon. You can purchase it at Barnes & Noble. You can purchase it on iTunes. The second book, Vivid Pleasure in the Street of Victory, excuse me, you can purchase that on Amazon only, and you got iKindle. Or you can go on my page, pouchon_free_ my_brother, and you can hit my the link tree, and it'll take automatically to it. POUCHON_free_my_brother, or you can also go on my other book page where you can see everything. That's my other page, pouchon_always_solo. And before I wrap it up, I want to share some information. I know sometimes we too much talk about the culture. We might have a loved one that's incarcerated. I got a friend of mine gave me some information, and if y'all have anybody that's doing a life sentence right now in the state, contact me on my IG, inbox me, or if you're trying to get through me, you can get through me through Donk Planet, and I could just direct you to the woman. The woman is doing a reform act about the state of law of Florida. The law is messed up because they living off the 13th Amendment, and that's literally the slavery. Florida is the only state that give out the most life sentences throughout the whole 50 continent in this place. Why I say that, if you see the same crime rate that a person do in Florida and you go to Chicago, a person could get life in Florida and the person in Chicago do the same thing what he did and he didn't get life. So the woman actually making a movement, and you know, I called her today, gave my brother information, gave a couple of my friends information. She actually got 2 people off. So this is something big, because you gotta look at it. You maybe ain't tied in with some people who locked up, but sometimes people lose their hope. And the only hope they got is the people out here, we their voice. It's not dealing with no money, none of that. It's just, hey, reach out to this woman. Or she's not doing it for no money, no nothing. And the crazy part about it, she's a Caucasian, and she's doing it for her husband. So reach out to this woman. All you just gotta do is give the person name, their prison number, what they incarcerated for their life sentence, and she's gonna do the rest and contact them. She's a paralegal, so get at her. And get at Donk Planet, and you can go straight to me. And y'all subscribe to him, and also subscribe to 95th, Lucky, whoever, Nava, Blue Magic, whoever in the dope culture, subscribe to them.
Appreciate you for coming out here, bro. We
No
appreciate
problem.
you, man. The Street of Victory, ladies and gentlemen, man. Y'all go ahead and go get that book.
That's crazy. You know, I took you talking about the Street of Victory. You about to cut it off, and I'm just, you tell me bring up, man.
You got other pictures you want to show? Hold on.
Nah, no. You say bring these pictures, because you know, when I was in prison, I was getting all a bunch of pictures, but I'm gonna give it to you. You know, you Donk Planet.
You can still show the pictures. I know.
You know, okay. This my dog right here, Fat Boy. This back in, I want to say 2003. He got painted at perfect. He put 23s on it, and he had put all gold Daytons after that.
Okay.
He had a yellow inside with a yellow strip. This is my dog, Mr. Victory P. Well, you know, he had multiple cars. He had a 71, he had a 72, and he had a 73. He painted the 73 2 times, I want to say within 9 months. This back then was perfect, man. You get painted at perfect. Perfect gonna charge you $4,000. You go to Rayco's, he went to Rayco's. I don't know, a lot of people don't know about Rayco's. Rayco's is across the street from Cartronics on Biscayne Boulevard on 83rd. Rayco charged him $4,000. And he did it 2 times. So, you know, this is my dog, Victory Pete, 73. This is my partner, Zoe Boy. He got Caribbean 305 Kitchen. Y'all check his restaurant out. This is Bark Chevy. He had multiple other cars too. It was on 20 all chrome players. You know, I'm gonna just keep it facts. I'm not gonna say Dayton's, because you can see the spokes. They wasn't players. You could tell how players were back then when the pointing coming out like this. Dayton's, they had those. This is my homie Uno. You know, I can't find his other pictures. Somebody took them in when I was in prison. This is 73. He never dropped that. But he dropped the 73 too, though. It was purple. He got painted at perfect. He had 24 all chromes. They got my boy Fat Boy again. The same box Chevy when he had put in all gold Dayton's. This is my partner, 95th Boo. He had the hardest 7-1 back then. And to this day on, nobody still can't get this color. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I seen 2 people trying to get this color and they wasn't near to it. I seen Pachi trying to get with it. in his box Chevy, he couldn't have got it. Then I seen Nava. Nava maybe didn't see this car, he probably did. Nava trying to paint the 72, it wasn't nowhere near. God bless his soul, free his brother, man. This hair back then, I want to say this like 2005 when he had the DUB's floaters on the Cadillac. He ain't got painted that Sooty, the Brooklyn. Now the man that fucked up the box Chevy game back then, you know, this Stanley, Lakeside, you know, this is when he went purple before he went to go put all them gold Daytons. You know, back then Stanley was Sundance at a point in time when he had 20s. They went back purple, put all chrome plates, 23s. Then when 24 all gold Daytons came out, 2022 all gold Daytons came out, no 24s came out, he painted it. Then he went all Sundance. Pouchon, Lakeside, first person came out with the DUBs on the Caprice.
26s, right?
Yeah, nah.
Pouchon had 6s on there. He was the first one to drop 6s, I believe, with the DUBs.
Oh, you might be right. I might be wrong. You might be right. I know I'm right. I could be wrong, but I know I'm right. I think this was 24, but you might be right. He's 26. This buck back then, I want to say this buck in the Tangerine 73, I think this was like 2004, 5 when he had the Denali too. My boy Dub 305, this one I want to say like 2000 and, I want to say 2003, 4. I remember that this perfect right here. This that color my boy had, and you know, my boy didn't drop, you know, this that 95th. Super Zoe, Lakeside, everybody know this. You pass by Super Zoe, you gonna see the Hazel flag and he blowing the horn. 6'9", the Raw, the 70, I think it was Sundance, it was 70, I want to say this was 70, I think it was 73. This was like back in 2004. Lakeside, I forgot his name, had 24 all chrome Daytons. Vert, I think this was a 74, 75. I'm gonna say this for last. They got another one right here. I think this Raw when he painted it with the DUBs. This like 04, 05. I can't see this. Hold on, I gotta keep this. This hook, this throwback. This is the 90s. This when I want to say John Doe. I want to say when Zoe Pound was out, Booby, Sap Boys. A lot of people don't know about this. You had 7-0, the Dirty Boys, but we gonna go, that's kind of a little bit later, but Lucky know what I'm talking about, Looney Tunes. This is when Looney Tunes was out, 7-0. I ain't worried about that. This Chicken, back then I want to say 2004, 5. This Buck, first 73, this back in the early 2000s. Yeah, I had a lot of pictures was getting sent. This Nick from the Pound, Sun and Gold, Dayton's, perfect. I want to say this like 1995, 96, 94. This before they went in. Oh yeah, y'all know Head back then, man. You know Head stayed with cars. You know Head had a lot of cars. You name it, he dropped it. I'm gonna give it to him. You name it, you drop it, from the Mark-8, Firebird, the 73. A lot of people ain't knew when Head had the photo. When Head had the Mark-8, the EXT. You know, Head had cars. I'm gonna give it to him. The Buck with the Denali. This hook again. You know, my main man too, my other dude, T-Boo. You know, T-Boo had a, you know, that's the Monty, you know, everybody knew T-Boo. He was the first one who was lifting the car all the way high. He'll jump and go under his car. This will go on the passenger side. Just to let you know how high he was. You know, God bless his soul, Gus, Darker Boy / 95th, 80th, you know, perfect painted this. There was a mean ass Green Bay color that, you know, my dog, my childhood friend Mike ended up having it. People dropping all type of car. My main man dropped the black on black Regal. Homies from back then, like I told you, like this Global Crime, when he ended up buying the car from Mr. 169, put the 23s off. This Tommy, orange, painted by Perfect. This Ricardo, Perfect, Ricardo. You know, 7-1 back then, this like back in 2001. Now these players, all gold players. Painted by motherfucking Ricardo, 3 faded. This is 7-1. They were dropping all type of cars. You know, Expo, Zoboy, Riviera, Yukon, Zoboy. Me sitting by head truck. He had the EXT back then, cut back then like 2003. Y'all already know, man. We used to make all the noise in the box Chevy playing.
Mono.
You know, Zoop, Mono. Just before you put the DUBs and all that. But I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah, put some all go fuck you. You'll finna look nasty on them. Yeah, you know, with the Firebird. But man, I ain't gonna lie to you. They gonna hit again. Boy, one thing I can tell you, them pictures gone. But Hook was the favorite one that ever did it.
But yo, fam, y'all see it, man. Pouchon got them pictures, boy. Pouchon got them pictures from back in the day.
Oh no, they yours now. If I find me some more, I'll give you some more. But I know I got some more. I gotta find them.
You got more?
I got some more, yeah.
Wow.
Cause man, when my brother was incarcerated, that's all I was doing. Every time we going, well, I wasn't really going to the beach, but we were going to the parade, the tree, Frontier, 18, Mango Fest, Goon Bay, Strawberry, Club 84, Coliseum. These was the hype. Illy High School. These all the places where everything was jumping off. I was taking pictures and sending to my brother. I was sending a lot of pictures, and you know when my brother got in the state, he ain't want to send the pictures. He was sending me pictures while I was in prison. I was sending some new pictures. Like, I wanted all the old pictures. He wanted all the new pictures. So what we was doing, we had correspondence. So I'm like, all right, no problem. I'm gonna give you all the new pictures. You give me all the old pictures. So that's what we did. You know, but before I end up, you know, I said y'all reach out to Donk Planet with a dame with dealing with a life. Her Facebook called Society First. And her name on Facebook is Stacy with S-T-A-C-I-E Woods, W-O-O-D-S. Y'all can follow her on Facebook if you have anybody that's in state prison, not federal, state prison, that got a life sentence. It's a reform act she's doing. Y'all get at her.
That's what's up, man. As y'all heard what he said, get at the lady if you got anybody in state prison doing the life sentence, you feel me? They doing something to help them out. You feel me? Pouchon, we appreciate you coming on the show, bro. We appreciate the knowledge you just shared. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you bringing your book.
But guess what, boy? If I had, boy, listen. If God do bless me with a monetary blessing, Head, Lucky, Nava, Mac, oh, I'm coming for y'all, but we ain't competing. I just want to ride with y'all. Salute y'all, boys. Salute all the boys. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. Whatever car you putting, you painting, whatever you doing, I salute all y'all, because guess what? You got to start off from the ground up to go up to the top. So I salute y'all. Live in your means. Do not oppress a next man or a woman. Drop your car for who you is and ride. Slide, that's what it's made for. That's what the culture made for. Right. Tune in.